Cool.
Oh, hello tribe. We've worked it out. We've managed to work the tripod out. No men involved, just us two. We have sorted out, and I get to sit here with Tab.
Yay!
We're all the way down here at Studio Chi in Burleigh, which is Tabitha's and Brad's studio, acupuncture studio.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So she just finished work, and I've come here to delve in and dive in. Hi Jonathan, how you going? Hey Brad, how are you? So we're just coming in to sit and share. I've been really looking forward to chatting to Tab.
Yeah.
I've known Tab for a very long time.
Yeah, we have.
It feels like it forever.
I know.
So, yeah.
A long time.
And I'm just saying, I
Before
haven't really
kids.
seen before kids. This is pre-kids we've known each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's nice to connect because I feel like even though we've been on very similar paths, but we kind of like just knowing it, and then all of a sudden we sort of lost contact and then came back again. But
that's true. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so it's nice. So I want Tab to introduce herself and give you a little bit of a rundown first, because I feel like the conversation's just going to go wherever it's going to go today, and that's sort of what we want to do, allow that to flow. And also move into a little bit about Tab's shamanic womb journey, which was really what intrigued me, because I feel like that's such a power centre for women.
Totally. Yes.
Especially being a mother and how much birthing changed me and all of that. So I really am looking forward to going down that little path.
Yeah.
So I'll let Tab introduce herself and we'll dive into it.
Yeah, great. Well, where do I start? I'm a mother of three boys. Been married to Brad for about 20-something years.
Feels like forever.
It does. It's half a lifetime.
In a good way.
In a great way. We've got our business here, Studio Chi, down here at Burleigh. We've been here for 18 years. So
oh my God.
I know, it's that long.
Okay, it's a long time.
And so we do acupuncture. I do talks to, with you and with other people in the community around women's issues, around acupuncture and health. We've got our own little podcast happening, so we're doing that once a week usually, when we can really tie down the time for it. And what else have I been doing?
And you guys have been doing your couples. You've been doing a lot of couples.
That's right. Our
workshops and stuff.
Which have been so juicy. Just we've been a monogamous couple for all those years, 25 years, and we just want other people to. It's not, your relationship doesn't have to be broken, but everyone needs some extra tools and juices to come into your relationship to keep that energy firing. So we've been doing that as well. And,
I think that's so important too, because it's not just relationship with your significant, it's how you relate with everything in life.
Totally is.
Like yourself to others, and your relationship is a real reflection. So you have to keep working on it, and it really comes back to you doing your own work on yourself.
Exactly.
And then how that everything flows from within, and you start doing your own inner work.
Yes.
And everything
so important.
Changes.
Totally. Yeah, your whole health, your whole headspace. Yeah. And that's what I love. I love this stuff. Like, if I haven't got something new or interesting to work with throughout the months, it's just like I start to get bored. But I'm never bored, because there's so much out there that you can listen to and learn from and utilize it in your own life and see if it works.
And it's not like it used to be. Like, I remember obviously when we were younger.
Yes.
I feel like ancient now. But it's like you really had to find these things, and it wasn't available. Like, you couldn't just go on. We didn't have phones. We didn't have
books to come
out. And I wasn't really a reader, so I was always the one experiencing things and probably not necessarily doing it in the right ways. But going into different courses, and that's where my rebirthing with my breathing and everything started. And that was 23 years ago.
Wow.
And so it's taken me this long, this whole big round journey, to now actually hold space for other people. Yeah. And that was because it was really my own journey, in a sense, to...
and clearing out what needed to be cleared out for you to be able to do that.
Yeah, and that's definitely something that's changed my life. And I feel now that's what you've been doing as well.
Yes. Oh God, yes.
Yeah. And
totally.
and we're similar too. Obviously, you've got boys. I've got boys.
Yeah.
So it's
busy.
Yeah, but I think having men in your life, not only big men, but small men in your life.
Yes.
it's different for a mother. Like you really have to, it's like showing a role model in a sense, like that you're their first love. To me, it's like, okay, you're my first love. How do I want to show you what a woman is, what a mother is.
And how to treat a woman, how a woman likes to be treated.
So important. And I also, too, that relationship, I think gets lost. Like those little boys, and obviously doing the work that I do, seeing how much men as they get older, if they haven't had a mother that's seen them, they haven't been connected to their mother, and that mother's love, how important it is from a young age.
Definitely.
And I noticed that is something that comes up a lot as men get older, in what they're searching for or how they relate to women or to themselves in life, and it really sort of molds them. As much as a father comes, I feel, a little bit later in life. I feel that mother, that instinctual mother relationship. How do you found that? Like, have you navigated that with your boys?
Yeah, well, interesting. From the womb journey, it was 7 days, so I hadn't been away for 7 days.
That's a long time.
It's a very long time. It was such a privilege. It was just an amazing thing to do. Silence, not having to do A, B, C, D, E. But getting back to the boy, we did an amazing part in the workshop a day on the masculinity and how boys feel, and when they go through puberty, that their testosterone goes up 600%.
Oh, wowzers. Like, that's a lot.
Hello. So they've got this...
And what age is that? Is that 14, around that age?
Yeah, well, some can be younger. They start to get fluxes.
They get little...
around 11, and then it sort of peaks. But probably 12 to 16 is where it really starts. And it's a real penetrative energy, that lifting up of the chi and that testosterone. So how do you work with that with boys if they haven't got role models and they haven't got women and good men in their lives? So
we've talked about that a lot on this channel, and the boys as well. And
and there's lots of rituals now these days. Like back in the Aboriginal cultures, the boys used to be taken away to become men, and they were taught how to use this testosterone, this new energy. And now I think today we're sort of losing that a lot. The boys don't have that guidance to go, okay, I've changed, I'm changing, how do I deal with it?
How do I deal with it? Because there is, like you say, and a lot of them are lost in gaming with this artificial world.
Yes, and
so
they're
all
not
that
moving their body.
Yeah.
Exactly, because when that testosterone's firing, they need to move. So sports has been a big one for us with the boys. It's just so important to keep them moving.
And keep them grounded in their body. Like I know with Zane, he can get really in his head because he's very logical.
Yeah, okay.
And then whereas Tyler's completely opposite. He's really grounded in his body.
Okay.
So I've got two extremes. Whereas Zane's probably more like me. Okay. Get very... And but both of them are really sensitive and a lot coming in all the time. So it's nurturing that knowing and intuition in them. But then having solid boundaries and knowing when they need to be loved and need to be pushed.
Totally.
Exactly. So really
and not over mothering.
Yes.
Not protecting them. Oh, don't fall down that, don't go down that track.
I think boys need to fall over.
They do, and they need to journey out in nature. It really helps them.
Yeah, that's huge.
When I get back to my story, when I came down the driveway and all the boys were there, and Brad and Tagore, who's our eldest, he's 16, and I looked up and I could see all of them and knew who they were, but I couldn't recognise Tagore. It was like, I know that is my son, but I cannot recognise him. And then it was just, oh my goodness, he's a young man. I have to stop over mothering. I have to really, it was amazing.
And for a mother, it's kind of like, I feel like you go through stages of letting go.
Oh yeah, totally. Yes.
And I think if you don't know when that place is to let go, then you're actually affecting them on how they're going to interact in the world. If you're holding on because it's your own stuff. And that's what I found in the whole parenting thing. If noticing their reaction to me, but in my reaction to them, it's something in myself that needs to be healed. And that's where it's really showing me when to let go and not to hold on and to allow them to fall over and make their own mistakes, because they're going to push back against you anyway.
Yes, totally. All the time. All the time. All the time.
So it's
going to take that person.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
But it's that balance. But I suppose like getting to 16 for you now,
yes,
that's like a totally that's in like a completely different territory, because he isn't a young man.
Totally. And I have to let go of that mothering that, you know, wants to, and it was really refreshing for me, because it was like, okay, I've got to allow him to do more things for himself. I've got to back away a bit. You know, he's very much towards Bradley and asking questions, and I'm sort of, from
you're like, oh, where do I fit here?
Totally, exactly. But it's like, oh, this is okay. This is great. I'm just in the back seat, and he still comes to me, and we still have great conversation, but I don't have to be right there with him. Not like our 7-year-old who's just, oh, mummy, I love you.
My two are like, I love you so much. It's all over you.
Yes, it is.
And I love it. And it's like,
it's beautiful.
and it's like, okay, I know that you love me, and you don't have to be all over me all the time.
Totally. That's right. Yeah.
But I know I'm gonna miss that. Yes. So I'm loving that.
Yeah.
So do you think when you were driving down that driveway, coming in to see Tagore standing there and obviously recognise him, do you think it was your perception coming from a different place, that you'd done some healing in yourself?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
To see him
yes
as not an extension of yourself. Not that, you know, it's different, like obviously that letting go, but you saw him completely different, being away.
And for who he is, where I was still locked into he was still my baby. Well, oh no, he's not. He's my young man. Like, it was just amazing. And so I had a great conversation with him around it, and he was just like, yeah, I like that. I feel that, Mum. This feels good. So the whole dynamics of our relationship is changed into a beautiful state.
Yeah, and I think that communication with boys, especially with their mother, because obviously men are going to communicate differently.
Yes.
And it's nice to have men like Brad, and Brad were talking about vulnerability to show that in a man, but also to feel comfortable with women's emotions.
Yeah.
And to allow them not to feel like they have to fix you. But and I always, like if I've had an emotional reaction to them, or something's gone on and, you know, they've pushed my buttons, I'll always explain to them after what's happening to me, or if I'm crying, like when, obviously with Mum passing, and I had an ex-boyfriend a while ago that last year that committed suicide. So I was really emotional about that, and they were like, oh, what's wrong? Like, you're coming in to comfort me, and I had to really explain it to them in a language that they could understand. Yeah. That they didn't need to fix me, but they could be there to comfort me and feel comfortable in a woman's emotion. Yes,
and your vulnerability.
Yeah.
You know, allowing them to see that that's okay to be like that. Yeah.
And I think that's really important too, and I don't know how you feel, but showing that vulnerability and that emotion in front of your kids, because I feel so many parents do one thing in front of their kids and another away from their kids. Yes. And I get it, you know, fighting if you've got things that you're moving through, not necessarily what they need to but know. Sometimes a little bit is okay.
Yes, and for them, totally.
Because it sees that conflict resolution, how you interact with each other. How do you guys...
Well, I was just thinking the same, you know, we've had, you know, a little bit of friction or whatever, and it's around the boys, and then they'll sort of come up later on and go, so you okay, Mum? Yeah. And it's like, yeah, totally. We just worked it out, and look, we're fine now. It's good. But you're allowed to show that emotion, and it's good to have it out on the table and don't hold it in and repress it. So, yeah, that's how we deal with it at home.
I think it's huge because I know being younger, when my parents split, there was no conversation with the kids.
Yes.
It was like,
and they're hearing everything.
You sit here, we're not together anymore, but we're not going to talk about it. So you just deal with that yourself, because we actually don't really know how to express it to you.
Yes.
Your whole life's completely changed, but we don't need to explain it to you because you're young.
Yes, exactly.
And I think that's the difference of maybe our generation coming through, that everything is explained.
It is.
Well, I feel like it's opening more now, and the conversations are open, and having blended families, having, I mean, you guys are still together, which is beautiful, but in my situation, having a blended family now with Brad and Glenn, and working with that dynamic.
Yeah, that's
because
huge.
There's so many dynamics.
Yes.
But I feel like it still has to be about the boys, in a sense, on everyone's there to support them.
Yes.
But then it's also making sure
you get supported.
Yeah.
Totally.
And also me coming back to me and making sure that I have boundaries set with everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
And is that something you learned through this journey as well? Like, do you find that something that you've always had very strong boundaries, or is it something...
No, my boundaries, strong boundaries, but probably not enough time for myself.
Yeah.
Over, especially when they were younger, and I've learnt that as we've come through now with Rab and third child later on in life.
Yeah,
it was like, okay, I know what to do with you. I'm not
because there's
feeling
a big
so
gap
guilty.
between your boys.
There is. It's like 9 years.
Yeah, because I think Tyler and they're both the same age.
Yeah.
Tyler's 7 this year.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So, going away on the womb journey was something that I really wanted to do, and I think it really taught me, like the first couple of days taught me the enmeshment that I had around being a mother, being a business owner, being a wife, being a lover, being a mother to a 7-year-old, and like the list was just huge. And it was one point on the day 2 I just went, I just want to go home, I just want to go back to normal.
Yeah.
But it was
like resistance to just letting it all go.
Totally, exactly.
Yeah.
So by that night I was like, oh no, this is good. If it's edging me out a little bit, this is good. There's juicy bits in this. So I just went with that, and I think, like you said, coming back, having time for my own inner healing was just huge, and sinking into the womb. Like the whole retreat was just about sinking into your womb. How does it resonate? What does it sound like?
And when
what
you
does
say
it feel
womb,
like?
do you feel like it's, even though I know it's a physical organ, the womb, but do you feel like it's all encompassing in so much more than just you know what I mean? Like when you say womb, people go, oh, what do you mean? Like you just talk about
the
vagina.
ovaries.
And
no.
But like, explain to everyone when you say womb, what does that like? Sort of like, I mean, I think Phil, it's an energetic point of view. I think it's a physical. I think there's so much to that womb part.
Definitely, yeah. Well, Janine, who led us through, was amazing, and she talked about the cosmic womb. Yeah, and she believes the cosmic womb actually encompasses the world and holds the world.
Well, I suppose if you say Mother Earth.
Mother Earth, exactly.
Makes
sense, womb there. Totally, exactly. So she was all about, the womb is where women's intuition comes from. Mm-hmm. It's where our power sits. It's where our purpose sits. It's where our vulnerability sits. Mm-hmm. And so she was just teaching us through different rituals and different exercises throughout the whole 7 days of how to connect to that intuition.
So and that power in a sense.
The power, it totally.
That I don't think we're ever taught as a young woman.
No. And I mean, the womb is an extraordinary vessel. In Chinese medicine, they call it an extraordinary vessel. It gives life. Yeah. It gives birth. We bleed every month. You know, it does amazing things.
Think that maybe it's a Western thing, but I don't really think we have any ritual or any sort of opening up onto a woman's journey into her own body. To me, it was like, I got my period when I was 14. It was like, I didn't even know what to do. I didn't do my mum for 2 weeks. I was so embarrassed. I was like, what do I do with this? Like, we didn't talk about sex. We didn't talk about self-pleasure. It was like, it was kind of like, no one talked about that stuff. And so you were kind of like, well, what am I doing? How am I feeling? And I feel like you only sort of judge what you're feeling by what's around you.
That's right.
And try and work yourself out from what your environment is. Yeah. And that's not necessarily a really good reflection.
No. And because when you get your period like that, if you don't have a ritual to take you through into womanhood, then whatever was going on and around you at that time, that's what you took into womanhood. Yeah,
well, my parents were breaking up. My parents broke up when I was sort of 11, and then I think I got my when I was 14. But there was a lot of sort of it was just mum, dad was away. I didn't tell mum. So it's a really interesting that you say that, because
shame was probably
shame, abandonment,
yes.
And I was really longing to sleep in mum's bed heaps at that time. It's a really interesting thing that's come back to me.
Okay.
So was that connection, be close to the mother, and my mum was sort of always pushing me away at that time.
Yes.
Be independent.
You're a woman. Yes.
But this started, funny enough that you say, around that time. Yeah. And I was longing for that deep being seen by my mum.
Yes.
And I think that just wasn't something that she ever saw.
No, and would have never got from herself.
And her passing has allowed me to heal a lot of that. I feel like mum's, like it's shown me this whole line. I see it in my sister, I see it in myself. Yes. I saw it in my mum and how we unraveled a lot of that before she passed. Like I got that 3 months to be with her and really unravel some of that.
Yes.
I don't see her, but her stuff, which in essence was my stuff.
Yep.
Which
and lineage back.
Yes, all back. And it's been huge. It's like this seeing into myself and this understanding of like, holy shit, this is so much bigger than me. So mum's death for me and this whole process was such a gift.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about that because I haven't really talked openly about mums, but it is really enmeshed. Like your mother's stuff into all of their womb stuff. It's so huge.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we went into with the lineage. And we did a beautiful exercise actually about receiving in the cosmic womb from the cosmic mother. And the cosmic mother is an amazing archetype, but also the cosmic mother, you come from the cosmic mother, Janine talks about, and it knows everything for you. It can hold you in any space. It can give you whatever you need. And so then we're born into mortality, and then we look at our own mother and go, why isn't she doing that? Why isn't she like that? Why can't she hold me? Why can't she see me? But she can't because she's immortal, because we remember back of how amazing it felt to be held by the cosmic mother. So that just gave me huge insight to my
and trust in self.
Yes.
Trust in the fact that you are actually supported.
Totally.
And even though your human mother may have not, funnily enough in the meditation we did last night, we did speak about that. It was like, you can actually heal those parts of yourself that your mother couldn't hold you for, or your parents couldn't hold you for. You have the ability as the woman and the parent that you are, or the human, the adult that you are now, to go back in and nurture those inner children and heal that.
Yeah, that area.
Cellularly in yourself.
Totally. Yes. Yeah. It is big.
Yeah.
So.
And did you find that was a journey that you took in going back within like that in the womb?
Definitely. And with my own children now, knowing that I'm not going to get it right for them. No. I'm not going to be the mother, because they know the cosmic mother, so they're going to be looking at me going, why isn't she like this? And it kind of released me and opened me up to go, okay, I can just be totally who I am as a mother and me. And they're going to have to work their stuff out.
Well, they're going to come and have their own perceptions, their own beliefs.
Yes.
From no matter how perfect you think in your mind you're creating this
totally.
Environment.
You don't want to give your kids baggage. Well,
sorry, but they chose you for that.
Totally.
And all you can give them is tools to go back within.
Yep.
A place where they can find stillness, and empower them with really good mentors and role models around them to go, okay, well, I'm going to push this edge here, come here, but I know how to go back within. I can ask myself the questions. And I always say to my boys, I will always love you. I may not love your behaviour.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good
But
one.
I will always love you. So it separates the behaviour, so their reactions or whatever they're doing, because there's always a calling or something they're trying to show you. And we may be missing it, or they just need that to act out. So I always try and separate my love for them from their behaviour to them. So and that's something that I missed when I was younger, because I just my reaction, being such an emotional little girl. Everyone's reaction towards me, it would be like, it wasn't my behaviour, it was all of me. So I wasn't liked, I wasn't loved, I wasn't seen, held, all of that. So having now shifting, like you talk about with that cosmic mother, that centeredness, that groundness that I feel of doing all this deep inner work. I feel supported.
Exactly.
And then with mum passing, unraveling all of that lineage stuff.
Totally.
And just going deep and feeling that grief, and for all those moments that I long for my mum to see me. But you know the beautiful gift? I had that before she left.
Oh, that's amazing.
And it was just
wow.
I mean, and it was that moment she said, I missed you so much. And so it was that moment that I was like, she saw me, not for me being her daughter.
No, but as you, Melissa.
And me seeing her not just as my mother.
Yay. Well done to you. That's so amazing.
So that was huge. That was a huge moment.
And I think the getting back to what you were saying, the womb journey was about that, taking back your power, and that to center in on your womb. You've got and you didn't have to have a womb. There was women 23 all the way to menopause, some without wombs. You don't have to have a womb. The energy is always there.
Well, it's that feminine energy, I suppose.
Exactly.
That I think really we haven't really been shown how to harness.
No,
or how to connect into it.
Or been shamed by it.
Yes.
Strung up and burnt on the cross and things like that.
So it's a really as a collective for women, it's a whole new journey to connect into that part of ourselves. And I mean, even around sex and stuff as a young girl, I was kind of shamed. It was like, you know, and I hung around boys, so I never wanted to be the girl that the boys spoke about. And my dad was always like, you don't need to go. So there were so many things in that that I created these beliefs around sexuality as well. And which I have a complete, and it's such a powerful thing, like, and that connection and the exploration. If you have a partner that can take you there and hold space for you, and it's huge, the power that comes in the healing in your womb.
Totally.
Far out. It's like, holy shit, what just happened?
Totally. Exactly. And that's what we did through the week as well, was really work deep within those wombs. So there'd be all of us sitting in a circle, and we'd have a theme each day, and with that theme everyone would put in what was coming up for them, and then we'd process it. And so it was an amazing thing to do, just to have a group of women. So powerful, because it's shamanic, so we're doing it not just for us women in the circle,
as a collective for humanity.
Exactly.
And how do you feel, and it's something that I'm only learning to trust in, is the connection with women, because that's not something I've ever felt supported in.
We did a big section on sisterhood.
And that was, and it's not that I've ever felt like I've tried to compete against everyone. I feel like it's been the opposite. I've triggered people and overgiven then to try and compensate my friendship, to show them that I'm a good person, and then somehow it's always backfired, and I'm on the other end going, how did that just happen?
Exactly.
So I've had to do a lot of work around women and sisterhood and trusting women, and that's been an opening journey. I've got a really good, strong group of friends that just probably don't really even understand the depth of me, but just love me anyway.
Well, they do understand you then, even more so.
So it's like, it's just this pure acceptance that we've moved through life together and gone through all these experiences, and we all just love each other for how we are. But then there's deeper people, obviously, that you connect with, that see you in a different light.
Yes, exactly.
You know, for all of that depth. And so it's...
And that was all the voices that you've just talked then about sisterhood came out on that day. It's juicy, it's big, because a lot of the time, you know, men I think are more overt. If they don't like you, it's like bang.
You're done. And I think it's why
women, they'll smile and go, oh yes, and they'll sort of convalesce with other women against other women if they're not in tune with their body. So she really got us to learn how to trust, and that was trust within your intuition within the womb, to pick up on that, to where you are, and to come from that trust within yourself, within relationships.
And I think that's something where my boundaries came in, as in trusting that. Trusting that gut intuition, and
which we shut down a lot through life.
Well, because it's like you think, I have to do that, and that's, if I just do it a little more, if I just push a little harder, if I just I'll hustle the shit out of that, and I'll make it happen. And then you go back, and then it falls apart. And that's been my biggest lesson now, is to go back within when I'm feeling reactive and go, what is this showing me? What's the gift in this person? What's she reflecting at me? Or what's he reflecting? Or what are the kids showing me? And to unravel that within, because that's when I shift the most. Instead of pushing the shit out of something, now I'm thinking, you know, why isn't this happening? Why isn't this, you know? So that's especially being a mum, you do a lot all the time.
You've got lots of plates juggling everywhere.
And then I think we forget about making that space, and I think that's what I've created, is the space of being more than doing. That's been my big shift probably now for me. Even though there's a lot to do, I feel like if I can be and have that awareness in my everyday interactions with myself and other people, then there's more space.
And that's exactly what we were taught from the womb journey. And it was to come back to that, make sure that every day you have something feminine to happen in your life.
Oh, I like that.
Whether it's
something,
a bath,
especially being around lots of boys all the time.
Exactly. Oh my God. And to slow it down, to slow the doing down. That was my big thing too. I just come back and was like, my life is so busy, it's out of control. So I've just pulled back, and even though I'm still doing lots, I just feel calmer, and when I anchor myself into my womb and that energy of my intuition, and it grounds us into Mother Nature.
Well, that's a support. If you feel really rooted to the earth, and that Mother Nature where you feel supported regardless of where you sit. And
then you know when to move.
For you, not to you.
That's right.
That's a huge game changer, in the sense like, okay, well, this feels shit right now, and I'm not really understanding why this is happening.
Yeah.
But I just have to sit with it, feel my reaction to it, heal that part, and then just move through it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think one thing that I really learned this year too was like sometimes things that when I was unaware of what was going on, so now I'm in this reality, this awareness, the things that I had probably manifested that I'm living right now through, I just have to let it move through. Even though my reality might not be reflecting where I'm sitting consciously, you just got to ride that shit out sometimes and notice if you're going to react and go down that same pathway.
Totally.
And that's something that I've gone, righto, okay, this reality is not reflecting how I'm feeling. Am I reacting to it? No, so just ride it. Ride the wave for a little and just let it be, and it shifts faster.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
beautiful.
that was a big lesson. That was so life is flowing a lot more.
Yes, because you're trusting in it that, I just need to sit in that for a little bit longer. What can I get out of it? Oh, nothing. Okay, let's move through it.
Yeah, and what do you think have been your biggest things? Like, I love that little gift that you said about doing something feminine every day.
Yes. Oh, it's amazing.
And
because that connects you into your intuition. So and especially with us with boys, it's a lot of yang and testosterone energy.
But I feel like women in general, being in that doing mode, sit more in their masculine. Even though they're feminine, it's a very doing masculine. There's no being sitting, and I notice it even in yoga class. Like the real women that and they get in the class and they're doing their poses and they're getting
not really feeling into their body.
Breathe.
Because the feminine is all about embodiment. We have to feel it in our body, and that's why the connection to the womb it's deep within our body. So if we can connect to that every day, as I have been doing, and I've been just putting on one track a day, getting up, dancing, seeing what the mood is, running it through my body. Even just getting ready in the morning. I've been getting up earlier so I can apply the beautiful moisturizer on, take care with my hair, have a shower when no one's up. Like, it's
space and beautiful
peace.
And it gives you this kind of like, I feel, and I like that little, even though sometimes I don't need to take as long, I just like to do it for me. And before I used to do it because it was I felt like I needed to do it for an external purpose. Now it's like, this is my little ritual, this is my space, this is how I want to walk out feeling today.
Totally.
And like when I run out to yoga, hair on head, Ugg boots on. But other days, it's depending on what you feel is needed.
That's right.
And then the days you get to sit in your jammies all day and not move.
Exactly, and that might be being feminine and, relaxing into that beautiful yin state of not doing. Because let's face it, as women and as mothers and or career people, we don't really. That's why acupuncture's so good. It drops people into that yin state of not doing, and it holds them. The masculine of the acupuncture holds people in that yin state.
I love that.
It's so beautiful.
And you do, because you come out of it and you're so present.
Yes.
And it's funny.
And relaxed.
Yes.
And in your body.
And it's like a sort of, well, you're in your body, but you're out of your body at the same
very
time.
True. Yes.
It's like it's
airy.
And I find that when people come out of a breath session, it's the same. It's like this moment of like, I see my hand.
I'm in a body.
Whoa, like, because their mind, and especially being a mother and a woman, there's so much pressure. From so many angles. Whereas sometimes I feel like a man just gets up, walks out the door, and it's like,
they can be very just
like are you fucking kidding?
Exactly.
It's like I've got like 20 things to do before I even, and they just get up to just walk out. And it's like I always think of that thing about going to bed. A guy says, I'm going to go to bed, walk straight down the hallway, gets into bed, goes to sleep. We turn the lights off, check the kids, make sure the dog's out, and lock the door. It's like there's 20 things, and then I know sometimes, did you really go to bed? I'm like, it's like there's that many things that a woman is multitasking. And I can't remember the lady's name that I was listening to her work, but it's that focus, isn't it? It's like men have single focus, and which obviously going back, that worked. And then women have diffuse focus. So we actually never focus on anything.
No.
And it was such a pivotal thing when I thought, well, that's true. We focus on many things at once. And the ones that need to get finished, get finished. And
the ones that don't. And that's why I think with growing boys up, get them to be doing the house chores and doing stuff around the house, because there's these boys that come up and then they've got to go and meet a woman, and they're going to expect their woman and wife or girlfriend to do everything.
I feel like it's a massive role obviously, you know, being a woman and having been through relationships,
Yes.
that it's like, I don't want my sons
Yes.
to necessarily attract someone that's going to be their mother, because it's not
Yes.
their job.
Yeah,
That was my
that's
job.
Exactly.
And I
Yes.
also want them to come in being men that know how to hold a woman,
Yes.
know how to be present,
Yeah.
obviously can be vulnerable, but then
Yes.
also be strong in that vulnerability,
Yes.
and know the difference of when we're a woman sitting to allow and then to hold and then to be strong,
Yes.
and
Yes.
you know, and have their own strength in themselves as well. It's kind of, so I feel like I'm bringing up someone's, you know,
and
partner, and
totally, and who's confident in the house, because
yes,
at one point in time they're going to be in a house living with somebody and maybe children, so for them to actually feel confidence that they can cook, that they can use the dishwasher, that they can make their bed,
well, that's
like it's
kind of stepping
normal.
back, isn't it? Like
It
you
is,
say,
totally.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's all your folded stuff, go put it away.
and it's like you sit there as a mum thinking, oh, I'll just do it
I
because,
know, because
we
I'll
have
do
in
it
our mind,
quicker.
I'll do it faster, I'll do it
Yes,
quicker, and it's not.
But
So
you
but
can't.
you're not
No.
serving them at all.
No.
You're actually enabling them
Totally.
to
be
not
their
deal with
full
that.
self.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's something that I've noticed just as even now, like empowering the boys.
Yes.
And then obviously having Brad in the house more now, we're
Yep.
both empowering them.
Yes.
Him doing in the house too, me obviously stepping back a little bit to encourage them. You can do that for yourself
Yeah,
now.
and how good it makes them feel.
They love
And
it.
to work as a community. And
And it just shifts the whole dynamic in the house where you're
Yes.
not saying, can you do this? Can you do that?
And why haven't you done that?
Yeah, because they're not even listening.
No, exactly.
It's like, that's like check out mode.
Yeah, totally.
Like,
Yeah.
And you're thinking, why am I
Yes.
even doing this?
Yeah.
Why am I even talking to you?
Yeah, that's
Obviously.
right. Yeah.
So you're reacting,
Exactly.
you're like losing your mind.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And they're having a great time.
And they're just like, oh yeah, whatever, and kicking the footy around the
Yeah,
house.
exactly.
They're not listening.
Exactly.
So that's definitely changed all that. And I
Yes.
think that's, like you say, having that space
Yes.
first for you.
Oh my goodness, you just need it. And
Yeah.
you know, so do men, so do husbands. They need that space as well.
Yeah.
And then you need couple time. Like
Yes.
book in those dates. Have that time where you can leave the kids with the
Yeah.
you know, the grandparents or a babysitter. Oh my God, invest in a babysitter. Like, because we treat a lot of pregnant women through here, it's the first thing I say is get a babysitter real early.
And see, I didn't do that.
No, either did I.
And I
But
was
then-
like, I felt like I needed to be
yes,
there. I
I'm
was
totally present with them all the time.
Yeah, and it's exhausting.
Exhausting.
And when you're breastfeeding and there's no space, it's
No.
like it's you're
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah,
and I didn't even
definitely.
have really support from my parents
No,
either.
okay.
So there was no support, and
No.
that's where I feel like we
You were
lose
on it
that community
yourself.
and that tribe.
That's right.
And then you get into that doing masculine side
Yes.
because you are holding everything together.
Totally, you're holding the
And
space
your
for the
husband's
children,
out
for your
working or
kids.
your partner, and then you're there doing everything. So by the time they get home, you're just like
Yes, exhausted.
nothing.
Yeah, totally.
And it's you know, finding that space. And so how do you think you created that space? Obviously this womb journey has really allowed
Yes.
you to focus more on the space, but like women with
Definitely.
little kids or just starting, or what would your like greatest like little pieces or nuggets that
Yes.
now sitting here feeling, you know, in a different space
Yeah.
to share with someone that might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed
Yes.
or things are just chaotic or
Yeah.
trying to find that
Yeah.
you know?
I gotcha. Yeah. No, reach out. You know, that's one thing I didn't do because same
No,
thing.
neither.
Parents weren't around much. You know, friends were busy, or you think they're busy. And then as soon as I went, no, I've got to reach out. It was amazing the community that came in and around, and people were happy to do it and wanted to hang out. And we'll take the kids, and so reach out, get a babysitter, and make sure that you do invest in that time for yourself. So wherever you can, you know, pick it up. Yeah. And if you've got young babies, I always say to women, sleep when they're sleeping. Don't run around and do the house and everything else.
It's so funny.
The house can be messy.
Yeah.
Leave it. If you don't sleep and you haven't got that good energy in your body, everything's going to go.
Yeah. And that's so, because you never do.
No.
Like
yes.
everyone, and I know how many mums will be listening that have got small babies.
Yes.
We'll
yes.
just go, well, that's good on you, Tab.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
But you know, the funny thing was, it was when I listened, I've got to find this lady's name, but she talked about being in an environment that makes you feel calm.
Yes.
And obviously, when it's messy, everything talks to you.
Yes.
So
definitely.
I realised
Yes.
that when I'm in my environment, that everything is talking to me.
Yes.
It's like needing my
Yes.
importance. It's like it's really 100% important that
Yes.
you clean those dishes.
Yes.
You do that. So when I could hear my environment, I could go, I had the choice then whether to
Yes.
engage with that environment. Are you important to me
Yes.
right now?
Yes.
Or is it going to serve me to do that, or is it going to serve me to sleep? So I
Yes.
think it's making that separation. If you can hear everything that's talking to you, the
Yes.
dishwasher, the dishes,
Yes.
the washing,
Yeah.
everything, or just make that space in that moment, because you're going to get so much more done
Yes.
restoring yourself.
Totally. Yeah, because then you can come out, and if you're listening to all those things, I think go and sleep.
Yeah.
And then get up and go, oh, okay.
Okay.
Now I've got Bub here with me, or the kids with me. Let's get in and do things.
Yeah. It was funny because I was like, oh shit, everything is talking to me.
Yeah.
And when I
definitely.
could hear it,
Mm-mm.
and it was triggering all my, busyness and doing.
Yes.
There was no space when there was chaos.
Yeah, that's right.
But now I can be quite in the space, in the chaos.
Yes, and be okay, because that's if you're grounded and you're connected to that deepness in yourself, then definitely.
Everything just has to roll.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
So well, that's beautiful. Is there anything
Yeah.
else you feel like we want to share? Like, is there anything you want to add? I feel like
I think probably for the last bit of the womb journey was around the crone archetype.
oh yes,
Yeah, which is all about menopause, perimenopausal, and then after menopause. And it was great because we had about 5 women who were fully menopausal in the group, and then myself who's sort of coming up to
Well, I must be too,
perimenopausal.
because that's what I'm feeling like.
Yes.
To me, moving
Yep.
into that space, and you don't really know much about it, except like you're seeing women on a
Hot
TV
flushes.
sitting in a fridge.
Yeah, that's
with
right.
hot flushes,
I
and
know. Once again, there's no
Yeah, talk
ritual,
to me.
because moving into menopause is supposedly 24/7 spiritual intuition is coming through your body.
I feel that.
Yeah, totally. More
So,
and more.
yeah,
Exactly.
it's like,
But
what happened?
Exactly. And it's also a dissolving time in your life. So relationships or career or things that you used to do, they're not going to work for you anymore. And if
Yeah.
you try and hold on to that, your life will just go
And
crazy.
do you think that's where that, not dis-ease, but that unease in menopause and accepting that part of your life,
Yes.
does it feel like a loss for a lot of women instead of a gain? I mean, I know it's great losing the period, but
Yes.
there's that process. It's
Exactly.
like getting them, and then all of a sudden on the other end, you've got to go through this whole process of letting them go.
Exactly, yeah, which can be traumatic too, because some
Yeah.
people go, yes, I've lost my period, but other women are like, oh, no, that's my youth gone. And it is, it's a
Yeah.
scary process, but you have to let it go. You have to it's a dissolving, but it's a spinning. So within the spinning of letting go of all these different things, there's no center. You've just got to spin with it, which is a big thing. But if you can let go of those relationships and let go of the things that are really not turning you on, then it's going to be a whole
And that's a
big
trust
better.
again back to
It is a
yourself,
big trust.
isn't it?
Yes.
And going, okay, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And whatever it is meant to be is going to keep showing up if I trust that. But if I'm going to
Exactly.
control it,
Yeah.
then
yeah.
everything's going to have resistance and suffering,
Totally.
and I'm not listening
Yes.
internally
Yeah.
to where you're guiding me.
That's right. Yeah. And she also talked about Janine May Ray. She's an amazing practitioner woman, and she talked about if you haven't, because there's the archetype of maiden, which is when you're younger, and then there's the archetype of mother. And
there's
then
a book about that.
yes, there's the different.
Yes,
yes.
I'll find that book.
Yeah,
'Cause I've got the podcast of it,
Yeah,
so I'll put that
it's
up.
amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. And then there's the crone. Yeah. What's
It's
her
something
name?
that Kundalini. It's the whole thing when the Kundalini rises and the whole, and it's through those.
Yeah, the
archetypes.
mother, exactly.
Mhm.
And she was saying if you haven't, because as you move into the crone, which is more the menopausal archetype, if you're maiden and your mother are wounded, or there's still grief there, or loss, or shame, or whatever, if you bring them through, then like that, then having menopause is not going to be so grounded.
Well, it's going to bring everything up in one big foul
Yeah,
swoop.
totally.
really,
That's
isn't it?
right.
It's
The
like,
fire's really going to blaze high.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she said, so what?
That's
So
huge.
it was such a relief for me, because it was like, no, I've worked on my maiden, but there's mother stuff. But then through the womb journey, I really worked on my mother stuff. So it's like, okay, I felt clearer and
yes.
more. Okay, this is going to be a pretty amazing time to really know in relationship where I need to be and what I need to be doing in life. So
Oh,
I
that's
think,
powerful.
to have a transmission, which Janine was, to go, this is how menopause can be. It doesn't have to be hot flushes, dry vagina, dry skin, depression, and all the rest that we hear, cranky pants and moving it up and down. And she said, it actually is all a bit like that, but if you've got more clarity on what's going on,
embracing it more,
and
than
you're clearer, exactly. She said it's.
And do you think that's too because of society, in the fact of everybody's holding on to that youth, but we're missing the depth and the juiciness and the embodiment and power that a woman has as she gets older? And I think that's what I'm realizing now, that there's some amazing people that are doing awesome work in their 30s, but I was doing that in my 30s, and I don't want to hold on to that anymore either. I want to embody everything that I am now, not trying to be back there.
Exactly.
Because I feel like you're missing
it's not who you are.
Exactly where you are now. And there's so much more wisdom in that.
Totally.
Because you just don't, it's from 30 to 40, or 47 coming on now.
Yes.
I thought I landed when I was 30, but shit, I have no
idea.
idea.
It just keeps on going on, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which is the beauty of it all.
I love that. That's so awesome.
Yeah. So no, I think any woman who wants to inquire into that sort of level of knowing yourself, then it might not be the womb journey, but to actually go away and have retreat for yourself is such a big, important thing.
Yeah, I think that's really important.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be big. Like when I was growing up with the kids, I only needed half an hour, an hour just to go and do something just by myself, to read in the room or have a bath. So
just silence.
Silence, exactly.
Yeah.
And then
just
you
have
come
space.
back just totally rebooted and ready to go.
And I think that's probably a huge message through the whole thing for us, is that really in the end, it's about coming back within and creating that space for yourself first.
Yes.
So you're really doing you first, your connection.
Totally, inner work. If you're not doing your inner work through the whole of your life, then everything at the end of your life is going to be far worse, I think.
Yeah. And then
even
missing
death,
out.
Because at death, hello, if you haven't worked on a few issues, which you've just experienced.
And I experienced it with Mum, watching her in such a short space, having to unravel.
Yes.
Because
a lifetime.
And I felt like all my work that I'd done on myself brought me to that moment.
Yeah.
To be there for Mum and to be present and hold space for my own mother, to work through her stuff, to let go of her body. And seriously, I have never seen it. I've never seen anyone else die, but obviously to see her let go of her body in such beauty, and to see the gift in that, and to be there to hold space for her as she left her body.
Yes.
It's a really weird thing to say, because as much as it was like, oh, that's my mum gone.
Yes.
I sort of had to let go of her in increments, in a sense, as she was dying.
Yes.
But the gift of holding space for her and to see her leave with grace. It was just like, beautiful. I can't explain to you as much as that physically I miss her. And so when I'm missing her like that, I have to go in and nurture that inner part of that inner child of myself to hold space for her now, because my mum's physically not here, but knowing now that the more deep work I do, I can feel connected to her essence and her spirit and what she's imparted. And I totally agree with that death thing. And that's something that really we're just unraveling this physical experience to let go and take what we have processed and endured and to bring it back to oneness and to love, to leave this planet in a sense.
And make sure there's lots of fun and juiciness.
And I think when you do this work, you lose it a little bit.
Totally. You get so involved in processing everything and what's that mean and what's that. It's like, no. Just get back to good old-fashioned fun.
Yeah, and I think that's really important. And laughing is so important. It's finding
laughing
that
at yourself.
I'm pretty good at that, because I do stupid shit all the time.
Don't take yourself too personally.
I think that's something. And just be kind.
I
think you're gonna stuff up.
Yes.
You as you move along this path, there's going to be things to think, oh shit, why'd I do that?
Yes.
But don't beat yourself up. I think that's one thing as a woman, letting go of being your own worst enemy.
Totally.
And unwinding that mind and being kind and,
having
like
time
you
for
say,
yourself.
doing something feminine today, which doesn't feel like that nurturing.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And it's like, oh, okay.
And the clothes you want to wear. You know, like the other day I was wearing jeans because it's, you know, colder now. And it's like, I can't wear them today. And I put on this big flowy dress. And
That's
it just
nice.
changed my mood. Like, beautiful.
I love it. Oh my God.
Yeah, thanks, Mel.
So nice.
Yeah.
I feel so honoured. I'll get also to, after that beautiful conversation, Tab to post up about that womb journey if it's something that really resonates with you, that you can connect. And I know there's a book that you've inspired me, that one that takes you through the maiden that I'll put up. I just think there's so much depth in that, and I will definitely want to explore that again with you, and I'd love to do something physically outside for women that together we can take them on a journey.
That'd be awesome.
I think that's really cool. So I feel like there's so much coming together now that I feel like physically we can really support some women, because I know it's so needed
to hold
right
that
now.
space.
To hold that space for them.
Beautiful.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us. So much love for you all. And if you have any questions for Tab, I'll pull her details up there. And if you need a beautiful acupuncturist that you know that can hold space for you at the same time and really see you and understand the journey that you're on, whether it's early on, before pregnancy, during pregnancy,
and
beyond.
beyond.
So come and see Tab. So
awesome.
love to you all.
Thank you.
And we'll see you soon. Bye.
Ciao. Bye.